First stand up, we'll bring in Walker.
Thank you.
All right, yes.
Hey, y'all, I gotta close the door real quick. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna let y'all out, okay? Hey, man, get your shoes.
Come on, Cuba. Where's the Walker? Open the door, bring Walker. Send him over.
Y'all my side, boy. Turn the movie going to the side. Don't go for that podium.
Walker, come on. Stand right here, okay?
Push that thing off the wall.
Huh? Up the-
I'm saying right here.
All right, look at the judge, right?
Let out Yancey. I'm out of right there.
Are you Mr. Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are charged with burglary. You have the option of having me read your charge aloud, or if you understand the nature of your charge, you can waive the reading of your warrant. Do you wish to waive the reading of your warrant? We are streaming live on YouTube.
I waive the reading of my warrant.
Your bond is $10,000. It's not violating any laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
Hold on this.
Cameron Yancey.
Just stand right there.
Put him in that cell.
Up to the judge.
Put him in there.
Mr. Yancey, good afternoon.
Yeah, speak up. So that I hear
You are charged with interference with government property. Do you wish to have the court read your warrant, or do you waive the reading and understand the nature of what you were charged with?
What government property did I break?
You are accused that while in custody inside the Clayton County Jail, you began to strike the sprinkler head inside cell number 4104 until it ruptured. The offender was the sole occupant of the cell and had residue from the sprinkler rupture on his clothes. The court found that based on this warrantless arrest affidavit, there was probable cause. As such, you are, the court approved the request for the warrant. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
I didn't break the sprinkler head.
We will do Miss Imelda.
Miller.
I think it's Perez Imelda. I think that's her name, correct?
Yeah.
Franquez Perez.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Your Honor. Señora, ¿los apellidos son Franquez Pérez?
Sí.
Franquez Perez, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are charged with a license violation and a stop sign violation. Do you understand your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Señora, a usted se le acusa de una infracción por la licencia de conducir y también de desobedecer un señal de parar. ¿Entiende las infracciones o quiere que le lea la acusación? La orden de arresto. ¿Cómo?
¿Me lo puede decir, por favor?
If you could tell me, please.
I'm pulling up her warrants now.
Estoy accediendo a las
It
órdenes de
alleged
arresto.
It is alleged that the accused failed to yield to incoming traffic after making a stop at a stop sign.
After,
Making a stop at a stop sign.
okay. Se presume que la acusada no se dio el paso al tránsito que venía en el camino después de parar en un señal de parar.
Said accused tried to make a left turn from Towngate Boulevard to Highway 54.
Que la acusada intentó hacer una vuelta a la izquierda desde la Town Lake Boulevard sobre la Avenida 54.
However, said accused failed to yield for traffic, causing an accident.
Sin embargo, como no se dio el paso, ocasionó un accidente.
You are also accused of driving a 2015 Toyota Camry
También se le acusa de manejar un Toyota Camry de 2015
in the state of Georgia without a valid tag.
en el estado de Georgia sin tener la placa válida.
The warrants were in order. The court has set your bond at $1,000.
La orden de arresto fue adecuada, así que le impuse una fianza de $1,000.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
No puede incumplir la ley estando en libertad bajo fianza.
These are misdemeanor offenses, so you can waive your preliminary hearing.
Estas son infracciones menores, así que usted puede renunciar a tener la audiencia preliminar.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
¿Quisiera usted renunciar a tener la audiencia preliminar, señora? That's fine.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver.
Su próxima audiencia, señora, vendrá por correo. Por favor, firme la renuncia.
Have a good day.
Que tenga buen día, señora.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter. I believe that's the only one who needs an interpreter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Your name, Brianna Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are charged with battery. Do you wish to waive the reading of your warrant, or would you like it read aloud? Be mindful that we are streaming on YouTube.
I'm not against it.
You wish, the question is, do you wish for me to read it or do you wish for me to waive it?
You can waive it.
Okay, so your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Marcus Scott. You cannot return to 9450 Sunset Drive in Jonesboro. Since that is your residence as indicated on your warrant, the court will allow you to return to that property with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless this matter is resolved or unless this condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand?
Yes.
You must also not violate any laws while out on bond. This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the right to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, ma'am?
Yes.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day. Thelma Anthony. Ma'am, you are charged with, after Miss Anthony will have Angela Freeman. Ma'am, you are charged with battery family violence. It was originally in your paperwork, this is your second, but the court in reviewing this is actually your first offense of battery family violence. You also charged with the felony of false imprisonment. Your bond is $13,300 and $500. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud? You are to stay away from Stephanie Henderson. You cannot return to 825 Winthrop Cove in Riverdale, Georgia. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, you can go back to the property with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Even though she's not there, I still can't go back.
You cannot go back until this matter is resolved or until the condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day. Ms. Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. After Ms. Freeman, we'll have LaVacia Johnson. Ma'am, you are charged with battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or would you like your warrant read aloud?
I understand it.
You wish to waive the reading of your warrant.
Yes.
Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Marcus Jenkins. You cannot return to 363 Forest Parkway, room 205. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, you can return with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted until this matter is resolved or until the condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand these special conditions?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. Sign your waiver. Have a good day. LaVacia Johnson. Good afternoon. After Ms. Johnson, we'll have Crystal Boykin. You are charged with battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I wish to have it read aloud.
It is alleged that you did hit your father, the alleged victim, Calvin Johnson, in the face and arms, near a scratch of the victim's upper left arm, that you admitted to punching the victim in the face. These events took place at your residence, which occurred in unincorporated Clayton County. The court found, based on this warrantless arrest affidavit, that there is probable cause for these charges. As such, the court approved the request for a warrant. Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Calvin Johnson. You are not to return to 651 Washington Drive in Jonesboro, Georgia. It's indicated that that is your residence, so you can return with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved or until this condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you can waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Ma'am.
What was that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your next court date will come in the mail. Please make sure you sign your waiver. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh,
Crystal Boykin.
we have a Brown Cassandra. She was on the 20th. You want to do her last?
Give me one moment to make sure. I do not see her paperwork in my file. I see that we are joined by two clerks. I will try to send them a quick email about Miss Cassandra. What was her name again?
Cassandra Brown.
All right, I see that we have people joining us. I will also send them an email to see if they can send over that paperwork so she can stand by.
Okay, so we got Boykin stand up, and then we're gonna go.
Thank you.
That's how you want to do it?
Excuse me.
You want to go in order? I will make it easier for you.
Next, we'll have my paperwork may be out of order, so I'm just going to call them. But I have Boykin, and after her, we have Candio.
Okay.
So much.
You're welcome, Bill. Oh, take Johnson back. Where's Johnson?
Are you Miss Boykin? Are you Miss Boykin? Good afternoon. You are charged with battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you like me to read your warrant aloud?
I understand.
So you waive the reading?
Yes.
Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Ashari Freeman, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day, ma'am. Please sign your waiver and your court date will come in the mail. After Cartony Candio, we will have Ashari Freeman.
Yes.
You, Miss Candio?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. You are charged with criminal trespass. Do you wish to waive the reading of your warrant as you understand the nature of your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Can you read it for me? I don't understand what that means. Please.
It is alleged that you did knowingly and without authority enter the victim, Benjamin Hammond's bedroom. Hammond stated he did not give offender permission to enter his bedroom. The offender stated she lives within the home. And with the victim, the offender spontaneously uttered that she kicked the door when kicked the door of the victim's room. I told the offender she was under arrest, and the offender began to resist. This incident occurred at your residence in Clayton County in Riverdale, Georgia. The court reviewed the warrantless arrest affidavit, found that there was probable cause, and as such, your bond is $3,500, and you are to stay away from Benjamin Hammond. You are not to return to the incident location, which is his room, and you must not violate any laws out on bond.
Okay.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Sure.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Please make sure you sign your waiver. Have a good day, ma'am. Have a good day. Did the screen freeze?
How you doing?
Hi, it's frozen. Okay, I think it's catching up.
Oh, what you got, Judge?
It was frozen. Can you all see me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this Ashari Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with simple battery. Do
Okay.
you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
You can waive it.
Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Crystal Boykin. You cannot return to 2308 Stratford Circle in Morrow, Georgia. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, the court will allow you to return with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this matter is resolved or until this condition is modified by a different judge. You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand these special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Be sure to sign your preliminary, please be sure to sign your waiver of your preliminary hearing. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right. Ma'am, are you Mary Hampton?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are charged with use of possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you like me to read it aloud?
Oh.
They were talking, I couldn't hear.
Yes, ma'am, I understand. You are charged with use of possession of drug-related objects. Wish to have your warrant read aloud, or do you understand the nature of your charge and wish to waive the reading of your warrant? Ma'am, I don't know what that means.
No,
Take it down.
I was saying I don't
Listen
understand.
to the judge.
Okay, let me go ahead and read it, Miss Hampton. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It is alleged that you, Mary Hampton, that Deputy Smith was conducting a foot patrol off of Highway 85 when he observed a female identified as Mary Hampton walking from behind the building. I attempted to make contact with her. I observed her throw an item under a silver and colored vehicle. I made contact with Ms. Hampton and asked her what she threw into the vehicle. She stated nothing. The same Ms. Hampton observed a glass pipe under the vehicle. The court reviewed this warrantless arrest affidavit and found that there was probable cause for the requested warrant. As such, we granted that. Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the right to waive or the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your next court date will come in the mail. Please make sure you sign your waiver before going back. Have a good day, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. LaTanya Howell.
Take your last time.
Ma'am, you are charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you need to have your warrant read aloud? Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond? Misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? What was that? Okay, your next court date will come in the mail. Please make sure you sign your waiver. Have a good day. Alicia Jackson. Is Alicia Jackson still, or she bonded out?
She bonded out.
Thank you. Scarlett, Alicia Scarlett. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Scarlett. Are you Miss Scarlett?
Hello.
Hi. You are charged with following suit closely, driving on a suspended license, and driving under the influence. Do you understand your charges and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
No, you don't have to.
I don't have to read it.
No, ma'am.
Your bond is $7,000, and you must not violate the laws while out on bond. Are you able to pay bond?
Yes.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day. Please be sure to sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail.
Okay.
Hannah Weathersby. They're sending Ms. Brown's paperwork over, so please stand by. They're going to be getting this to me very shortly, okay?
Judge, after Weathersby, who you want me to have on standby?
We can do Larry. That should be the last lady inmate should be Cassandra Brown, right?
I have a Creana Merriweather.
I remember seeing her name earlier, but give me one moment.
Okay.
Yeah, go inside the Brown.
Brown.
I have Ms. Merriweather. She was put in the wrong spot, so we can do her after Ms. Weathersby.
Okay, Judge.
Ms. Weathersby, good afternoon. You are charged with use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
What does that mean?
Pull your mask down.
What does that mean exactly?
I will read your warrant so you stand by. It is accused that on July 20th at approximately 1800 hours, Deputy Riddick, along with other deputies, were notified that Clayton County Police were investigating a stolen vehicle that was located off of Clemens Road that is located off of Spivey Road. Clayton County Police advised the subjects are walking, hiding in the woods. They gave us a picture of the male and female along with their names. At approximately 1900 hours, I located the two subjects walking along the wood line of Spivey Road and Spivey Ridge Circle. The female was identified as Hannah B. Weatherspoon. They included your date of birth. I advised her she was detained in Y and to have a seat on the ground. As she was sitting on the ground, she placed a glass smoking pipe containing suspected methamphetamine residue on the ground behind her. After reviewing that, the court found that there was probable cause for the warrantless arrest affidavit. As such, your bond is $1,500. You are not to violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand the nature of your charge, and are you able to make bond?
Yes, I understand. But like who I was with, like claims everything.
Please do not go into the details of your case, ma'am. You have an attorney that's going to assist you with that. The purpose of this is for me to share with you your charges, to state with you your bond and your conditions, and to ask you if you are able to make bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, like I can afford it once I get to like talk to people. They haven't let me call anyone yet.
Okay. And my next question for you is, do you wish to have your preliminary hearing? You have the option of doing that.
And what does that mean?
I've already explained it several times, ma'am. As such, I'm going to find that you were not able to make a waiver, and I'm going to set your court date for 8:30 a.m. on August 25th in room 201. Should you bond out or speak with your lawyer and waive it at a later date, you have that option. Have a good day, ma'am. Ms. Merriweather,
Ma'am.
you were charged with a felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you like your warrant read aloud?
Please read it for me.
One moment. It is alleged that the accused had in her possession THC edible cereal in a clear plastic baggie located inside of her purse between her legs during a traffic stop on a 2015 Chrysler 200 bearing Georgia tag with the tag number. Officers located the edibles during a probable cause due to the odor of marijuana coming from inside of the vehicle. The offender advised they were hers, but were old and forgot she had them in her purse. Also, the purse was in arm reach of the offender. The edibles did weigh approximately 19.6 grams. As a result of that, the court found that there is probable cause for the warrantless arrest affidavit. Your bond is $7,000. You are not to violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date, as this is a felony, is for September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Awesome. You have a blessed day too.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
We will go ahead and do Mr. Are you Ms. Brown?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Brown.
The court had your paperwork in a different stack. The jail is nice enough to resend it to me, so please have a seat. We're gonna go ahead and start doing the male inmates, and we'll get to you as soon as I get that paperwork.
Okay.
All right, go back.
Or wherever, I say have a seat wherever they want you to go. Go with them and we'll get you back up as soon as possible. In the meantime, we'll have Larry Arnold.
Come on, good. Ma'am.
After Mr. Arnold, we'll have Ronald Bolden. Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Arnold?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with a license violation. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant? Or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I haven't read the warrant.
Then ask if you've read it. I ask that you wish to waive my reading of the warrant, or do you wish for me to read it? Or do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading? We are broadcasting live on YouTube. It's up to you. I can't hear you, sir.
Take it from your mouth. Take it up. There you go. Talk to the judge.
You say your reading of the warrant.
Okay, let me slow down. I tend to talk a little fast. I'm trying to get things done, but please listen up, sir, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Charged with a license violation.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand what you're charged with and waive the formal reading of your warrant, or would you like me to read your warrant aloud?
No, ma'am. Don't read it aloud.
Don't read it aloud. Your bond is $1,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I'm not sure right now. I need to talk to my family.
Understand. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor offense, and you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I mean, you saying seeing a lawyer?
You're going to get a lawyer anyway, sir. As I stated earlier, if anybody is listening, this is the last time I'm going to say it. And I know that the inmates were in the back, so that's why I'm repeating myself just in case the male inmates did not hear. The waiver of your preliminary hearing moves your matter along through the court a little bit quicker. And what it does is, if you are facing misdemeanors only, you are moving from the preliminary court all the way up to the misdemeanor court. So, and if you bond out, you're waiving it anyway. So do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. By waiving your preliminary hearing, your next court date will come in the mail. Please make sure you sign your waiver, okay?
Come on, yes, sir. Come on.
Your bond is $1,000, sir. Have a good day. Next, we're gonna have James Brooks.
Come on, James. Come on, James Brooks.
After Mr. No, I'm sorry, Ronald Bolden. After Mr. Bolden, we'll have Mr. Brooks.
Sign right here.
How you doing,
Over here.
I'm well. How are you, sir?
Your name's right there.
All right, you're Mr. Bolden.
Yeah, ma'am.
You are charged with battery, obstruction of an officer, aggravated assault, and robbery. Do you understand these charges and waive the reading of your charges, or you wish to have it read aloud? I'm not asking are you guilty or innocent. I'm asking do you understand what you're accused of?
No, ma'am. I don't.
Wish to have your warrant read aloud? We are streaming live on YouTube. I'm happy to read your warrant aloud. Do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
My warrant
Yes.
for Douglasville. Hold up.
When you are brought before the court today, sir, they have brought certain paperwork to hold you on charges that you are facing today, which are battery, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, aggravated assault by strangulation, and robbery. The court is asking, do you understand these charges and waive the reading, or do you want me to read aloud why you are facing these charges?
I don't understand why I have a robbery charge.
Okay, so I'm going to read the warrant to you, sir, and then that'll be that. Give me one moment, okay?
All right.
It is alleged that you committed the offenses when you intentionally caused substantial physical and visible bodily harm to the victim, Barbara Mapp, by using both his fists and punching her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Who is Barbara Mel? I don't know a Barbara Mel.
Gray, carrying her bottom lip to have become bruised and swelling. Are you Ronald Bolden?
Yes, I'm Ronald Bolden, but that
Then
was
took both, let the court finish, sir.
all right.
This is not the time for you to admit your guilt or innocence. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. You told me you didn't know what these charges were. I'm merely reading the warrant to you, okay? You have an attorney to represent you. Then took both his hands and put them around her neck, cutting off her circulation. He then took her iPhone 11 out of her hands, organized her, and this is kind of against her will, and upon police presence took off running after being given several verbal commands to stop. That is what you are accused of. I'm not saying you are guilty or innocent. I am merely saying that based on the warrant, I found that there is probable cause for these charges.
Okay,
You do not have a bond at this time, sir. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Between now and then, you will speak with an attorney you can share why you believe you are not guilty. Do not interrupt the court anymore.
I'm sorry.
I've already stated that the purpose of this first appearance is merely for me to tell you what you are charged with, to tell you whether or not you qualify for a bond, which you do not, and to set your preliminary, which I am doing. Anything else is extra and I will not hear it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 14th, 8 a.m. in room 201. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you, and your lawyer will share with the court at the appropriate time whether or not there is a defense to these charges. Do you understand? It is in your best interest not to say anything before the court because you don't have a lawyer representing you. So I'm actually trying to help you out by having you hold off until you speak with your lawyer. Okay, sir?
Mhm.
Go over there. Here, bro. Come on, sir. Come to the podium.
Stand by.
All right, stand up. Just come to the podium.
Before we proceed with Mr. Brooks, let's go ahead and do Ms. Brown. I do have her paperwork and I want to get her taken care of. Is that okay?
You wanna do, who do you call, Judge?
Cassandra Brown, do you still have her? We got her paperwork and I want to go ahead and get her taken care of.
All right, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's here, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. We have your paperwork. You are Cassandra Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with a felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, driving on a suspended license, and improper turn signal. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Oh, I understand.
All right. Your bond is $9,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We will now have Mr. Brooks. Sir, you are charged with crossing the guard line, felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and use of possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
I know.
You understand?
No.
Okay, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day, sir. Cassini Drake.
Yes, ma'am.
After Mr. Drake, we will have DeJuan Frazier. Sir, you are charged with driving on a suspended license, motorcycle equipment not used properly, falsifying insurance, and expired license. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have the warrant read aloud?
Yes, I guess I understand.
Your bond is $3,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your next court date will be 8:30 in room 201 on August 25th. Have a good day.
Come on, Frazier. Take this from the mouth, please.
Yes.
Pick it up.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Frazier?
Yes, Your Honor.
After Mr. Frazier, we'll have Mr. Ambrick. Sir, you were charged with the vision being obstructed, a license violation, and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I understand, Your Honor.
Your bond is $4,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. After Mr. Hambrick, we will have Katavion Harris. Sir, you are charged with loitering and criminal trespass. Do you understand the nature of your charge? Or do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant? Or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Read.
What was that?
Read aloud.
Give me one moment. It is alleged that you committed the above charge when said offender was given a criminal trespass warning from 196 Valley Hill Road on January 15th. Offender was on a property sitting in front of a no loitering sign. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court reviewed this warrantless arrest affidavit, found that there was probable cause for the charges, and granted the warrant. Your bond is $4,500. You are not to return to that location, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor offense. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day. Next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. You had a question for the court?
Yeah, how much my bond would be?
It's $4,500. I'm not going to do the math because depending on what bonding company, it may be higher or lower. So I don't do all that. Okay. Have a good day. Are you Katavion Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me 1 second. You are charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction of an officer. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Understand.
Your bond is $5,000. You are not to violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day. Brandon Harville. Mr. Harville will be having Samuel Hornberger. You are charged with hit and run and DUI. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your charges?
No.
Your bond is $20,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. This is based on a review of your criminal history, sir. Please don't make that face. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. I'm able to try to make bond somehow. I gotta make a phone call.
I understand. These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive the reading of your waive your preliminary hearing, as these are misdemeanors? You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Yes, I'm with the silent waiver today.
Okay, so your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, more.
All right, y'all, let's go.
Mr. Hornberger.
Yes.
After Mr. Hornberger, we will have Marcus Jenkins. Sir, you are charged with public indecency. Your bond is $2,000. Do you understand what you are charged with and waive the reading of your charges, or do you have your warrant read aloud?
Can I have my warrant read aloud?
It is alleged that you, Samuel Hornberger, committed a lewd exposure of the sexual organs while walking in the middle of the roadway in front of 330 Arrowhead Boulevard in Riverdale, Georgia. This occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court set your bond at $2,000. Honestly, I probably should set it a little bit higher. Give me one moment.
I have both of my hands to you if you'll marry me.
I can't hear you. What was that?
I love you so much and I want you to marry me.
Have a good day, sir. Your next court date is going to be August 25th at 8:30 a.m.
What are your shoes? You're going to get stuck to talk to the judge, okay? Yeah, from your mouth. Okay,
This is Marcus Jenkins.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with simple battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Yes, no.
I guess you can read it like,
It's up to you. I'm giving you the option. We're live on YouTube. It means nothing to me. If you want me to read it, I'll read it. If you don't want me to read it, I won't.
I mean, I'm the victim in the circumstance, so yeah.
I understand, sir. So I'll go ahead and read the warrant for you so you can hear what's being alleged. Give me a moment. You have the right to have your warrant read aloud, and that's what I will do. It's accused that you did commit the offense of simple battery when you threw rocks at your living girlfriend, Angela Freeman, striking her in the leg. Jenkins and Freeman then became involved in a mutual shoving match where Jenkins pushed Freeman in the chest several times. Jenkins and Freeman currently reside together at your address is what they listed. You are to stay away from Angela Freeman. Your bond is $3,500 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor offense. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Like a yes, no, maybe.
There's no maybe. There's a yes or no. Do you wish to waive it? Your court date, sir, is set for August 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Should you meet with your lawyer and decide you want to waive it at that time, or should you bond out, your preliminary hearing will be waived. Please have a good day, and just make sure you write down your paperwork when your court date will be. Have a good day. We'll have Jose Laredo. You, Mr. Laredo?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge and wish to waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have it read aloud?
Can you read it out loud?
Yes. It is alleged that you made contact of a physical and provoking nature by pushing and punching victim Jennifer Rodriguez, resulting in her upper lip being busted, leaving a visible bleeding mark. The incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court reviewed that, found that there was probable cause, and as such, your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Jennifer Rodriguez. You cannot return to the incident location at 6354. Is that Forest? What's that address?
I'm not sure. I just moved over there.
63 Human Drive.
I think so.
Whatever the address is, I'm going to try to make sense of the officer's handwriting. Do not return to that address. You understand?
Jasmine, how much was the bond?
The bond is $3,500. It was indicated that that's your residence. The court will allow you to go with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, do not go back to that property unescorted. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You must not violate any laws out on bond. This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
What? So I can make bond?
You may, the bond is up to you. The preliminary hearing, if you waive your preliminary hearing, it's up to you. But if you make bond, you're going to be waiving it anyway. So are you able to make the bond of $3,500?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
I'm not sure.
So since you're not sure, the answer is either yes or no. I'm going to mark you as a no. And your next court date will be August 25th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Calvin Parks.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and giving a false name and date of birth. Give me one moment. I need to review something. We're back on the record. Once again, you are charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and giving a false name. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Can you read it out loud for me, please?
Yes. It is alleged that you did have in your immediate reach a silver in color handgun. When asked who the gun belonged to, no person in the vehicle claimed it. The accused then later advised that it was his cousin's pistol and it was registered in his cousin's name. During the investigation, the accused gave the name of Calvin Brown with a date of birth of 12/22/82. The accused's name was later found out to be Calvin Parks, and he was found to have a warrant out of the cab for probation violation. The court reviewed the warrants and found that there's probable cause as requested. Your bond is $9,500. Are you able to make bond?
I don't know for sure yet, ma'am.
All right. Your next court date is going to be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day.
September what, ma'am?
14th.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Come on, sir.
Harmony Hush.
What's the name?
Already missed.
Charged with interference with custody. State. Your bond. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Got a part.
Excuse me?
Ma'am, my name is Kyrie Vincent.
Sorry, Vincent?
I'm asking for Harmony Hush.
Who's Harmony Hush? Somebody, Judge.
Hush Russell, Russell Hush, something like that.
Who's Hush? Take that paper, please, Captain. Take the phone, got over there.
Come on over there.
Judge, 1 second, Judge.
Okay, we'll do Mr. Vincent while y'all are locating him. So as to belabor the time.
Okay, Judge.
You can come back up. Are you Mr. Vincent?
Yeah, ma'am.
You are charged with possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, expired tag, tinted window violation, use of possession of drug-related objects, and tire restrictions. Do you understand the charge, or do you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
I understand the charge, ma'am.
Your bond is $4,500. You must not violate any laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, ma'am. But
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
can I ask what that means?
I've already explained it a couple times. Since you do not still understand, I'm going to go ahead and find that you're not able to make a waiver. Your next court date will be August 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. You have an attorney to represent you. So should your attorney advise you, you can always waive it at a later date, or you can waive it when you bond out. Have a good day, sir. Are we ready for Mr. Hush, or do we need to go to Mr. Walters?
No, we good, Judge.
This Hush right here, Judge.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
All right.
You were charged with interference with custody, interstate. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud? I'm sorry, the screen is freezing up. What was that?
I said, I don't understand the charge that I'm charged with, so I would like to have it read out loud.
It is accused that the said accused that knowingly take a child under the age of 17 from the individual having lawful custody of said child without lawful authority to do so. The accused took the child, Princeton, out of the state of Georgia to the state of Florida without the authority of the mother. The victim learned, third party, that the accused took the child out of state. The accused failed to notify the victim of the whereabouts of the child. After numerous attempts from the victims to regain possession of the child, the accused failed to return him. With an agreed return date of 7/15, the accused has still not returned the child, and this was as of July 19th, excuse me. The victim and accused share a child together. There are no custody agreements in place. Both parties are not, nor have they ever been married. The child is not legitimized. That was the nature of the warrant. It was signed off by a judge. As such, your bond is $15,000. Condition of your bond is that you are to have no contact with Ashanti Millich and Princeton Hush Russell. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, then.
Is it Walter Matthews or Matthew Walters?
Walter Matthews.
Give me 1 second, sir. You are charged with simple battery. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Yeah, I know what it is.
So you waive the reading.
Yeah.
That's yes?
Yes.
Okay. Your bond is $3,500. You're to stay away from Tamika Daria. You cannot return to 5538 Frontier Court. I know that that's your residence, so the court will allow you to go with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until the property, until the condition is resolved by another judge or until the case is closed, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you able to make bond?
No.
That was a no?
No.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? This is a misdemeanor charge.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Come this way.
Court date is gonna come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. Nicholas Wilson.
Yes, Your Honor.
After Nicholas Wilson, we'll have Travaris Adams. Sir, you were charged with speeding, reckless driving, and improper lane change. Your bond is $5,500. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or would you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I understand.
A condition of your bond is that you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving a preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day. Your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver before going back. Travaris Adams. After Mr. Adams, we'll have Damian Bester.
Yes, thank you.
Third, you are charged with loitering or prowling in possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Do you understand your charge, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I'm going back to the house.
Do you waive the reading of your warrants? So that means you want me to read it aloud?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged that on July 20th at approximately 4:30 hours, Deputy Smith was conducting a general patrol at 6331 Terra Boulevard when I observed a male, later identified as Mr. Travaris Adams, standing in front of the business. To make contact with Mr. Adams, he began to walk away. When I made contact with Mr. Adams, I processed his name through GCIC, and the information came back with him having a warrant out of Muskogee County for probation violation. I detained Mr. Adams and conducted a pat-down search. While conducting the pat-down, I located a silver black Smith & Wesson handgun inside of his pants on his right hip. I conducted a background check, and Mr. Adams is a convicted felon. The court reviewed the warrantless arrest affidavit, found that there was probable cause for these charges. As such, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Have a good day. Damian Bester. Mr. Bester, we will have Gerard Branch. So you were charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce and use or possession of drug-related object. Do you understand the nature of your charge, or do you waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
Do you want me to read your warrant aloud, or do you understand the nature of your charge?
Out loud.
It is alleged that you, Damian Bester, were a passenger in a 2016 Dodge Charger, Georgia tag, as listed. The Charger was stopped for tinted tail lights and tag cover. The strong odor of marijuana was coming from inside the vehicle. I conducted a probable cause search of vehicle. Under his seat, next to his wallet, was a small amount of a green leafy substance. A black scale was located in the floorboard. The court reviewed these warrants, found that there was probable cause. As such, the court approved the warrant. Your bond is $3,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Ma'am.
Was that a yes, sir? I couldn't hear.
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. After Mr. Branch, we will have William Brewer. Sir, you are charged with DUI, improper lane change, and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
Judge, who you need?
Gerard Branch. Are you Mr. Branch?
Yes.
You are charged with DUI, less safe, improper lane change, and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have your warrants read aloud?
Yeah, I wish I had read aloud.
Please stand up. Don't lean. This is still a formal court proceeding. House chilling.
I don't understand the lane change part.
I understand. I'm going to read it to you, but you will respect the court and stand up straight. Thank you. It is accused that you did drive a green 2006 Land Rover Range Rover with a tag number on Double Bridge Road, Ellenwood, Georgia, while having a suspended driver's license from the state of New Jersey. The offender failed to maintain his lane of travel, causing a one-vehicle crash at the intersection of Double Bridge Road, Front Street. The offender crashed his vehicle into a tree on the other side of the roadway, causing his vehicle to turn on his passenger side and become disabled. The offender was also found to be under the influence of an alcoholic beverage while driving. The offender had a strong odor of alcoholic beverage coming from his breath at the time of arrest. The offender was the only occupant of the vehicle and admitted to driving the vehicle during the crash. This incident occurred at the intersection of Double Bridge Road and Front Street in Ellenwood, Georgia. The court reviewed these warrants affidavit, found that there was probable cause for your arrest. Your bond is $7,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Is it a percentage I could pay instead of the whole?
That will be up to whatever company you decide to find, but yes, sir, you could do a commercial bond, a cash bond, or a property bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes. My property is my wallet. I need my wallet to do transaction.
These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
Yeah, you can waive it.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Mr. Brewer. William Brewer.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
Charge of driving on a suspended license. Your bond is $1,500. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Warrant? I didn't know I had warrant, but I understand.
So when I say that, the charge that you're facing right now, they brought you in on a warrantless arrest affidavit. So do you understand why?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you waive the reading of that.
No, you can express it.
It is accused that on July 20th at 17:30 hours, I, Deputy Arnold, conducted a traffic stop near the intersection of State Route 314 and Flat Shoals Road within Clayton County. Said accused was driving a blue and color Nissan Altima with the Georgia tag. Said accused was pulled over. He was pulled over for a tinted tag cover and center brake light violation. He was driving on a suspended license with failure to appear. The court found that there was probable cause for your charge. As such, your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
I'm not sure about waiving, but I don't know.
So if you don't understand, I'll go ahead and set it down for you. It's gonna be September 25th.
No. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be September 25th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you will go ahead and waive it at that point. Okay, sir? Have a good day.
Come on, sir.
Judge Briggs will be reset until July 22nd, 23rd.
Judge, so who's gonna be reset July 23rd?
Douglas Briggs.
Don't put an empty. Oh, yeah.
He'll be reset until July 23rd.
23rd.
Nikhil Cheney
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Take it from there.
Or good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You were charged with sexual battery. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or would you like your warrant read aloud?
Actually, I do not understand my charge because I was.
I'm not asking, are you guilty or innocent? You do not have a lawyer standing with you. The court would advise you not to share anything else as this is being recorded. But if you would like me to read your warrant aloud, I'm happy to do so. Do you want me to read the warrantless arrest affidavit aloud so you can better understand why you charged with this?
Yes, ma'am. I never did get a citation when I was incarcerated, so I don't even know what the charge was until now.
Charge of sexual battery.
Okay, may I have it read to me, please?
Yes, you are accused of intentionally making physical contact with the intimate part of Tracy Moses without her consent. She advised the offender touched her vagina while they were at work, when she told the offender that he could not do that. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. Upon review of this, the court found there's probable cause. As such, your bond is $20,000. You are to stay away from Ms. Moss, and you cannot violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am. I would like to have a fast and speedy trial.
Your attorney will deal with that. This is not your arraignment, sir. At your arraignment, your attorney will ask the court for a speedy trial. But I will note that you do have an attorney appointed to represent you. Your bond is $20,000. You say that you're not able to make bond. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Josiah Dixon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay.
You're charged with possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, and defective equipment. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrantless arrest affidavit, or you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Your bond is $2,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses, so you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will come in the mail. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenneth Gamble. Sir, you were charged with a felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. You are Kenneth Gamble, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
Read out loud, please.
Give me one moment. It is alleged that you did commit the crime of possession of a controlled substance when Mr. Campbell was in possession of marijuana that was more than an ounce. Mr. Campbell was in a Nissan Altima bearing a Georgia tag that came through a road safety check at the intersection of Castlegate and Laboon Circle within the county of Clayton County, Georgia. Mr. Gamble's vehicle had the odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. Therefore, a search was conducted and marijuana was found. This incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. The court reviewed this warrantless arrest affidavit, found that there was probable cause, and set your bond at $7,000. You must not violate any laws allowed on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is going to be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come on to the podium, sir.
Richard Gamble.
Richard Gamble, right? All right. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are charged with felony count of the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrant, or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I understand and wish to.
Your bond is $7,000. What was that?
Wish to have it read out loud. Yes, ma'am.
You want to have it read out loud?
Make sure you speak up.
Richard Gamble was in possession of marijuana that was more than an ounce. Mr. Gamble was in a Nissan Altima bearing Georgia tag that came through a road safety check at the intersection of Castlegate and Laboon Circle within the county of Clayton County, Georgia. Mr. Gamble's vehicle had the odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. Therefore, a search was conducted and marijuana was found. This incident occurred within Clayton County, Georgia. The court found there was probable cause for this warrant. As such, your bond is $7,000. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is gonna be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Delvey and Hillman. Give me one moment.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, sir, you are charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand the charge or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
I understand my charge.
Your bond is $1,500. You are not violating laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor, so you can waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date is gonna be August 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Holman,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
you are charged with violation of the Controlled Substances Act as a felony. You are also charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your warrants, or do you wish to have the warrant affidavits read aloud?
I want to read out loud because I misunderstood because what happened was they came up to me.
I don't want to hear what happened. I asked you a question. I asked you, did you want me to read it? You said yes. So stand by while I pull up your warrant. Okay. It is accused that you had in your right back pocket a clear plastic bag containing marijuana less than 1 ounce, 1 ecstasy pill, and 1 switchblade. The pill was field tested and came back positive for MDMA. Offender was originally detained by Riverdale Police. Sergeant Hudgens, who advised she found the bag and offender admitted it was ecstasy. Incident occurred in Clayton County. Upon review of this warrantless arrest affidavit, the court finds that there is probable cause. As such, your bond is $8,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Oh, yeah, ma'am. So 8,000 mean 800?
$8,500 is your bond. I cannot do the math to figure out how much you're gonna have to do, but you are welcome to use a bonding company and they can charge anywhere from 10% to 15%. So you're saying you're able to make bond though, sir? Your next court date is gonna be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I do have an attorney appointed to represent you. Have a good day, sir.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Tristan Humphreys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Don't come down here. I'm still in court. All right. You are charged with obstruction of an officer and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand the nature of your charge or do you wish to have your warrant read aloud?
You can read it.
All right. Give me one moment. It is accused that you were taken into custody. Excuse me, that second page. You were driving a 2004 Ford Expedition through a pre-approved road safety check by Lieutenant Santiago. Upon contact with the offender, he stated he did not have his driver's license on his person. Upon asking the offender to pull over to the side of the road, he intentionally parked in front of Sherrill Court, exited the vehicle, and fled on foot in an attempt to escape. The offender ran behind two houses before being taken into custody. After checking the offender's name through GCIC, I was notified that the offender's privilege to drive on the state highways was suspended in November 2019. The offender was a single occupant in full actual control of the vehicle during the initial contact. All events occurred in Clayton County. I reviewed the warrantless arrest affidavit, proving that there was probable cause. As such, your bond is $5,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Because I got a whole.
Do you, these are misdemeanor offenses. Do you waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail, or if you're still in, you said you have a hold, if you're still in custody, they'll bring you up on your court date, okay? Alex Johnson. You are charged with use of possession of drug-related objects, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and no tail lights. Do you understand the nature of your charge and waive the reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
You said no tail lights?
Yes.
But no, I'm all right. Okay.
Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Ma'am.
These are misdemeanor charges. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, I'm all right.
So that's yes?
No, I'm all right. So what
So
I mean?
You wish to waive? You don't understand. I've already said it a couple times. I'm gonna go ahead and set your preliminary hearing. If you're gonna bond out, it's gonna be waived, but in the event that you don't bond out, I don't find that you're able to waive it. So your next court date is gonna be September 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Trayvon Jones. After Mr. Jones, will have Antoine Jordan. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended license, no tag, no insurance, and motorcycle equipment used improperly. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your charges, or do you wish me to read your charges?
I understand.
All right. Your bond is $3,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing? That's a no.
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be August 25th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Jordan Antoine.
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with aggravated assault. Do you understand your charge and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I'd rather have them read.
You said you wish to have them read aloud?
Yes, ma'am.
It is alleged that you committed the offense of aggravated assault, family violence, when you got into an argument with your live-in girlfriend about another female texting you. The victim, Tiana Rooks, advised that you became irate when confronted, and that is when you intentionally grabbed a kitchen knife, pointing it at the victim. Victim stated she became so in fear of her life, she had to grab a knife as well to protect herself. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next, should you get a bond, a condition of your bond will be to stay away from Tiana Ross and not violate any laws of out on bond. But as stated, you do not have a bond. The court is, however, appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Come on, ma'am. How you doing, ma'am?
Good afternoon, Mr. Lindsay.
Ma'am.
You are charged with criminal trespass. Stand your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud? Do you understand the charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I understand my charge, my hearing.
Okay, so your bond is $3,500. You are not to return to 5883 Highway 85 in Riverdale, Georgia. You must not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you to make bond, sir?
You said I don't have a bond?
Your bond is $3,500. Are you able to make bond?
I can call the bondsman, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna try though, right?
So how long should do I stay here? Do I stay here?
So your bond is $3,500, and you can, if you're able to make bonds, you can bond out. The next question I have for you is, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I really don't know what that means. All that I want to do is can I have forgiving chance to lead out, to not do it again.
Okay, no, sir. I'm not gonna give you that. I set a bond for you. I'm gonna give you an attorney, and your next court date will be August 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir, okay? Christopher Little, stand by. Thank you for standing by. Sir, you were charged with trafficking methamphetamines. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your charge, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I understand.
So you're waiving the reading of your charge, correct?
Yeah.
You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Have a good day. Jalen Meeks. Are you Mr. Meeks?
No.
Judge, I have Meeks right here.
Jalen Meeks, please.
Meeks, come on, the podium.
Sir, you were charged with, are you Jalen Meeks?
Yes, ma'am.
Charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charges and waive the reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I understand my charges.
So you waive the reading of your charges.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Janae Burden. You cannot return to 145 South McDonough Street in Jonesboro. And since it is your residence, the court will allow you to go with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until this condition is modified by another judge or until this matter is closed. You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand? Are you able to make bond? This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Can I hear you, sir?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 25th at 8:30 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Who's the next?
Bobby Mitchell. After Mitchell, we'll have Mark Reglos. You, Mr. Mitchell? You're charged with aggravated stalking. Do you understand your charge and wish to waive the reading of your charges, or do you wish for me to read your charges aloud?
No, I do not, because first time this is my wife for 20 years.
Okay, we're not getting into the defenses that you may have for the charge. I only asked if you wish to have the reading of your charge read aloud. Do you wish to have your charges read aloud, sir?
The region?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you region.
Give me 1 second. It is alleged that Bobby Mitchell knowingly and willfully committed the offense of aggravated stalking without consent and with the purpose of harassing and intimidating Cynthia Bell, following and placing her under surveillance, contacting said victim in violation of the temporary restraining and protective orders. The order was signed by Superior Court Judge Sonia George. The other order was signed on July 16, 2020, and it's alleged that you violated this order on July 17, 2020. As such, you do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date would be on September 14th at 8 a.m. Should you get a bond, a condition of your bond is that you shall have no contact with Cynthia Bell. However, as stated, you do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand?
Okay, I'm trying to get I can get out.
You're not gonna get a bond. If court finds that it is a danger to the public for you to have received this protective order on the 16th and the very next day is alleged you violated that order, the court is not comfortable granting a bond at this time. As such, a request for a bond is denied. The court is appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. Have a good day, sir.
Come on, sir. Come on.
You, Mr. Reglos,
Yes.
you are charged with theft by deception. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your charge, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I would like it to be read out loud.
It is alleged that you did obtain property, a Toro Dingo mini dozer model by deceitful means. The accused rented the equipment from Home Depot in Ackworth, Georgia, using a fraudulent identification. The accused then sold the said equipment to the victim and for $4,300. The accused did deprive the victim of $4,300 because Home Depot pinged their missing equipment and the stolen equipment was recovered by Clayton County Police and returned to Home Depot. The victim is without the $4,300 and the accused intended to deprive the lawful owner of the said property being worth over $1,500. The equipment is valued at $20,000 and the accused deprived the said owner of $4,300. This warrant was taken out on March 19th of this year. Another judge swore out the warrant and the court finds no reason not to follow that. Your bond is $10,000 and you must not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know.
I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Jordan Robinson. Are you Jordan Robinson? After Mr. Robinson, we'll have Marquavius Tucker. Sir, you were charged with improper lane change, violation of the seatbelt law, a misdemeanor obstruction of officer, theft by receiving a stolen property as a felony, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, a felony, possession of tools during the commission of a crime, a felony count of obstruction of an officer, and a misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charges and waive the reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
I wish to have it read out loud.
It is alleged that on July 20th, the arrested did commit the listed offenses while operating a white in color Chevy Traverse bearing Georgia tag with no seatbelt and failing to maintain his lane multiple times by swerving in and out of his lane, crossing over the yellow and white line several times, was pulled over. Upon making contact with the arrestee, the strong and apparent odor of marijuana was smelled. While asking the arrestee to step out of the vehicle, the arrestee refused upon command. While escorting the arrestee out of the vehicle, he began to throw his hands and become physically tense while attempting to place him in handcuffs. Once the arrestee was placed in placed in the rear of my vehicle, the arrestee leaned back and started to kick myself and my partner. After the arrestee was secured, a search of the vehicle due to the strong and apparent odor of marijuana yielded 2 firearms located in the center console. The Smith & Wesson 38 Special was reported stolen out of Brookhaven on July 20th from a residential burglary. The search also yielded an empty bag with marijuana residue and a black book bag, black gloves, a black mask, and a crowbar, along with a large flathead screwdriver. The black book bag, mask, gloves, and crowbar are all in connection with each other, commonly used for the commission of burglary, entering auto, and other similar crimes. After a search of the vehicle, a search of the arrestee's person was completed. A blunt with less than an ounce of marijuana was discovered. Once both the arrestee and vehicle were searched, it was discovered that the arrestee is a convicted felon for multiple felonies, including burglary, criminal trespass, and possession of tools for the commission of crime. The arrestee has been convicted out of Clayton County for these crimes. The court reviewed the warrant This arrest affidavit found that there was probable cause for all of the charges of which you are facing. You do not have a bond at this time. The court has appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Marquavius Tucker. For charge of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charge and waive the reading of your charge, or you wish to have your charge read aloud?
I understand.
Your bond is $1,500. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've appointed an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor, which means you can waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Stephen Wall. After Mr. Wall, we will have Anthony Westmoreland. Sir, you were charged with DUI, a parking violation, and obstruction of an intersection. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
Understand.
Your bond is $6,000. You must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These charges are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Anthony Westmoreland.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. After Mr. Westmoreland, we will have Antonio Young. Sir, you are charged with cruelty to children in the first degree and battery family violence. Do you understand your charges and waive formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have them read aloud?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Your bond is $20,000. You are to stay away from Anthony Westmoreland Jr. You cannot return to 9,000 Liberty Lane in Jonesboro. It was indicated on the warrant that this is your residence. As such, you can go back to the residence for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you shall do that with a sheriff's escort. However, you cannot go back to that property unescorted unless and until the matter is resolved. Do you understand?
Ma'am, I don't stay at that address, and my son stays with me. I have full custody of my son still. And
So what address do you reside in with your son?
I live in Thomaston, Georgia, and defects.
The 500 address?
It's 313 East.
You don't have to give it, sir. I know it based on your warrant. The court is not authorized to allow you to return to that address with your son until this matter is resolved or until that condition is modified. You have full custody based on the charges. The court is not allowing you to go around your son, nor are you allowed to reside with him in Thomaston, Georgia.
I have nobody to watch my son. I have nobody.
Sir, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You can speak with your lawyer about possibly getting that condition modified by another court. However, this court does not find that, I don't feel comfortable modifying that condition. So you would need to have your lawyer delve into that. They can do what they need to do with another judge. I'm just making sure you understand the condition as of right now, sir. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
I know you don't agree with it, but you understand, so that you're not allowed to go around him and reside with him until that condition is modified or unless another judge modifies that. Do you understand? Or until the case is resolved.
Yes, ma'am. Is when you mean cases resolved, so DFACS has been working with me and my son, and they okay to really close it, basically.
DFACS is different than the criminal charges, sir. So I'm referring to the criminal charges that are currently before you, which is cruelty to children in the first degree and battery family violence. Until this matter is resolved or until these conditions are modified by another court, you cannot be around him. I understand there may be some other things going on, maybe some discipline or whatever the case may be. I don't even imagine what's going on. It's not for you to share because you have an attorney to represent you, and it's in your best interest not to share any additional details. Do you understand why I'm not allowing you? You don't have a lawyer here with you, so there doesn't make sense for you to share a lot of information with the court. I'm just saying, based on the warrants, I am not going to allow you to be around him unless this condition in criminal court is modified by another judge or until this criminal case is resolved. Do you not understand?
Yes, ma'am. And the bond is
$20,000. You must also not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
I have a,
Come on. Over there.
Are you Mr. Antonio Young?
yes, ma'am.
You were charged with a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, a misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, use or possession of drug-related objects, and improper lane change. Do you understand your charges and waive the formal reading of your charges, or do you wish to have your charges read aloud?
To have money allowed.
You're Antonio Diggs Young, correct? What was that?
Yes, ma'am.
It is accused that in Clayton County, Georgia, you were observed operating a Buick Lucerne. Accused was observed traveling east on Valley Hill Road in the vicinity of Clare Drive, failing to maintain lane by driving with the front and rear passenger side wheels outside the lane of travel over the white line with the front and rear driver side wheels still in the lane of travel. Traffic stop was initiated. Upon contact with the accused, an odor of marijuana based on knowledge and experience was detected coming from inside of the vehicle. Probable cause search of the vehicle was initiated, and 3 bags containing a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana, based on knowledge, training, and experience, were located in the center console of the vehicle, along with a small black and colored scale with the green leafy residue on the weighing surface. Along with the suspected marijuana and scale was numerous small plastic bags of the type in which the suspected marijuana was packaged. Further search of the vehicle revealed a small silver and color scale with the green residue on the weighing surface, along with more plastic bags of the type in which the suspected marijuana was packaged. Based on that, the court finds there is probable cause for the charges. Your bond is $9,500. You must not violate any laws without on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
The next court date is September 14th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Thank you. Is this all we have, everybody?
Yes, ma'am. We have Anderson and I believe it's Stevens.
Oh, thank you, the fugitives. You all have blank waivers for them to sign, correct?
I think the only one I have is Stevens. I got a call about Anderson. I did.
Please try to get that while I'm reading out the hearing dialogue. Both of them in front of the court at this point.
Hold on, George.
I'd like to read it once if possible to at the time. Are you Christopher Jamar Anderson?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. We're going to hold for them to bring up Michelle Stevens.
No, just Stevens. Okay. Stevens. Stand behind. Right there. I should put her behind. Right there. Right there. Stop. Right there.
You, Michelle? You got Michelle on the.
Will you please turn the camera a little to the left? Thank you. Y'all read my mind. Thank you. Michelle Stevens.
Yes.
Good afternoon, both of you all. I'm Judge Duvernay. This hearing is what's called an extradition hearing. All of the rights that I advised everyone of earlier also apply to your case, but your hearing is a little bit different from the other first appearance hearings that have just taken place. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to the court today because you have charges pending against you in another state, and they are requesting that you return to that state to answer these charges. Are you in fact Christopher Anderson?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Are you in fact Michelle Stevens?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you already have an attorney representing you in this matter, Mr. Anderson?
What you mean, in Florida?
Do you have an attorney representing you in this extradition hearing?
Oh, no, no, no.
Do you have an attorney representing you, Ms. Stevens?
No.
You are charged with being a fugitive from justice as follows. I'm going to read yours for you first, Mr. Anderson.
I understand.
It is accused that you are being wanted in the state of Florida. You are in charge in that state with the offense of child neglect. For you, Ms. Stevens, you are being wanted in the state of Wisconsin, and you are being charged with the offense of fraud. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it is alleged that you are charged with fraud, Ms. Stevens, and with criminal neglect, Mr. Anderson. You have a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition to the state of Wisconsin for you, Ms. Stevens, and the state of Florida for you, Mr. Anderson. This means you have a choice as to whether you wish to contest it or waive and be returned to the state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the other state. The court may consider allowing you to post a bond, but the court is not required to allow you to post a bond in your case. As you are wanted by another jurisdiction, I am not setting a bond for either of you all at this time.
Okay.
Not wish to voluntarily return of Wisconsin for you, Ms. Stevens, and Florida for you, Mr. Anderson. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. 1, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. 2, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the state of Wisconsin for you, Ms. Stevens, and Florida for you, Mr. Anderson. Whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting your guilt, the issue of your guilt or innocence. Excuse me, you are entitled to the advice of counsel. You cannot, let me go back. You cannot contest the issue of guilt or innocence in this state because you are wanted out of different states. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether you wish to waive extradition. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. If you are not extradited within 90 days, then you will be released. So the question I have is, do you wish to, I'll ask you first, Mr. Anderson, do you wish to waive extradition and formally return to the state of Florida, or do you wish to contest extradition and be held unless and until the writ of habeas corpus is done?
I wish to waive, but if I waive, how long do they have to pick me up?
Up to 90 days.
Yeah, I'll waive.
Same question for you, Ms. Stevens. Do you wish to waive?
Yes, wait.
Okay, you all will sign the waivers and then they will return those for the court signatures. Have a good day. Are we done?
We're done. So you have something?
What was that, Ashu?
I think we're done. I thought you have something different.
No, we're done. It's been a long day, but we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Please, as soon as you can, I know y'all are moving as quickly as you can. Make sure y'all return those waivers as quickly as possible so I can get those signed and get everything in order for the clerks who are on standby.
All right, as soon as we are going to classification to give them to the clerk.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am. Have a good day.
You have a question? Yes.
I have one question about the expedition. I'm gonna go first.
No, you ask the question. Go ahead.
You said I had 90 days. Is it 90 business days or, and when did the time start?
Whenever you were brought in, you have up to 90 days. So they're going to try to extradite you in the first 30 days. And if it's not done in the first 30 days, they have an additional 60 days from the date you were brought in.
All right, but I'm saying, is it business days or like is it Monday through Friday or is it all 7 days of the week?
It's 90 days, sir. Talk to your lawyer. When they come and speak with you, they will be able to further explain. The court cannot give you any further advice, okay?
The lawyer's gonna come speak to you here?
They may have a lawyer come speak with you. I'm not sure the policy of the public defender's office, but they may have somebody come and speak with you about that, okay?
If I don't speak to nobody, how do I find out the answer to my question though? Because I don't
If you
have.
don't speak with somebody, how do you find out the answer to your question? I'm not sure about that. I just know that I cannot give you legal advice. I'm just allowed to give you the direction that they have up to 90 days to extradite you, sir.
So you don't know if that's 90 days of the week or 90 days of, you know.
Well, they're not 90 days in the week, sir.
Now I'm saying like, is it 90 whole days of the week or is it 90 days and 5 days of the
It
week?
says 90 days, sir. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 90 days total, but I cannot be held to that. So
All right, thank you.
thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right, good.
All right, the court is going to end the session now. Have a good day.
You too. Yeah.
Thank you.